What's up, everyone? Welcome back. You know what time it is. We're gonna open a box. Got the knife in a box with some stuff from Optimum Baits and all their brands. We'll do it right now. Thanks everyone for watching. As you know, I love opening boxes of tackle, showing you what is new, the latest and greatest and stuff. And then down the line, I'll do a review after I fish this stuff. Not quite sure what's in this, but I do know it's from Optimum Baits. Optimum Baits is an awesome brand themselves, but they also distribute Deps, IMA, Zappu, Madness, Swim Bait Republic, all these different brands. I know I'm missing a few in there. Kahara, you know, a lot of JDM or even European brands that they bring in for us to be able to buy in America. So I do know there's some stuff from Deps, and that's about all I know. So we're gonna take a look, open this thing up, and like I said, down the line, I will do a more detailed review of everything. I'm gonna fish everything that's in here. Let's see what we got. All right, so like I said, we got some Deps stuff. This is really cool. This is the Wiggle Bug. Bugs are big right now. You know, all these different, you know, dice style, fuzzy style baits. This is a little insect bait called the Wiggle Bug. So it's 1.2 inches. It's got the Deps scent right there, that shrimp crustacean scent that they put in all their stuff that makes it really, really stink. But yeah, that's cool. I guess you could throw these on a little drop shot, a little wacky. But yeah, pretty small bait, but even though it's only 1.2 inches, it still has, I guess, kind of a bigger profile because of all these appendages. So yeah, that's cool. Wiggle Bug. I'm going to be fishing that thing on a drop shot for sure. Oh, and I have some of these already. Zappu. So this, I did some videos on this. These are their little stick baits called the Limbo. It's got the SAF material. Zappu's always been known for terminal tackle. They make some really unique stuff. You know, everything from, you know, hooks and jig heads and all kinds of stuff. But they're getting into plastics as well, along with this. This is the fish magnet. I believe it's the same group or the same guy that does this, Zappu. He's a designer for it. So this is the fish magnet Maga tail, not to be confused with Maga, but it's like Magna tail, I guess. But it's got kind of a weird like craw almost. For it's kind of hard. I'll show you because I'm definitely gonna fish this thing. But the tail is pretty thick, so it looks like a regular, you know, straight tail worm. But you could see that tail is really thick and bulbous and kind of curved. So it almost looks like one claw or something, but that's really unique. So I guess this bait, you could do a lot of stuff with this bait. I mean, I could see it being on a Nico, drop shot, Texas rig, free rig. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. That's the Maga tail right there. The fish magnet Maga tail. All right, so then we got some new stuff from IMA, and I guess these are more like new colors. So I've never seen these colors before. Like, there are a lot of chrome baits. The Chattahoochee chrome in the skimmer, and then that is the little stick, I believe. It's not the baby stick. Yeah, it's the little stick pencil popper, which I love. Chattahoochee chrome also in the Pinjack 200. You know, it's a great crankbait that dives about 6 feet or so. I really like the Pinjack. It's kind of a good alternative to, you know, your DT6s because it's plastic, so you're not going to break the bills off all the time like you do with those baits. Still a really good bait, but it's very similar in where you throw it. You know, that 6 foot or less zone. But I really like the Pinjack, and then we got that new color, that Chattahoochee chrome. So that's cool. I guess, yeah, this is kind of just a bunch of new colors. So the Roomba, this is an old school bait. The, you know, Fred Rumbanis bait back in the day. I've caught fish on this, you know, 15, almost 20 years ago. Still have a couple of them. So I guess these are new colors, the Real Crawfish and the Ghost Gill. Cool looking baits. It's a great looking, oh, just flew through that one over there. But it's kind of something that's really good over grass. You know, like it's kind of like a baby 1-. It doesn't dive that deep, you know, a foot or so. So it's really good if you have that grass that's not topped out to the surface, that's just, you know, a foot or so from the surface. You can burn this thing over there. Yeah, they call it a wake shallow crank. It doesn't say how deep it dives, but not much, you know, a foot or so. Obviously, depending on your line. Okay, I got some more Pinjacks. These must be new colors as well. Citrus shad and ghost sexy shad. They also have new packaging too, so that's kind of cool. I'm always looking at that kind of stuff, so just kind of a refresh on the package design. But yeah, those are some good looking new colors. Oh, there's one more new color too. So this is the American shad. Awesome color. So get my fingers out of the way there, but really good looking color for the Pinjack. A proven bait, just some new colors and new packaging. Okay, getting towards the end here. Oh, cool. We got the IMA Shaker, great flat side bait. We got Chattahoochee chrome and watermelon craw. This is a great bait that, you know, dives, I don't know, 4 feet or so, but it's a good looking, you know, flat side, like balsa style bait. But yeah, it's really cool. And those are, I like that color, especially the watermelon crawl. That's a really good looking color. Oh, then the skimmer. Probably one of the best schooling bass topwaters when they're not really wanting something aggressive. This is Ghost Sexy Shad. So it's just a, like it says, a skimmer. It just kind of skims. It doesn't make like a lot of action, but I've had days where they will only hit this, especially some of the herring lakes that I fished, you know, like Lake Chattooga in North Carolina, Georgia border. This thing was crushing them over there when they didn't want something super aggressive. That was just one instance, but I've caught plenty of largemouth on the skimmer as well. It's just a great fall time bait. I mean, or you know, summertime, anytime they're eating topwater, it's not a super aggressive action. Like it says, just kind of skims on there. Oh, then the last thing in here, I saved the best for last. This is the Corgan Break 800. This is a huge crankbait that dives 10 meters, and I think that, I don't know the metric system very well, I think it's like 33 feet, so this thing is a monster crankbait. You know, think of the 10XD. Wow, this thing is gigantic. I'm gonna have to pull this thing out. There it is. Look at that, it's about as big as my hand. 30-foot diver, gigantic bill. So I do know a little bit about this, and I know there's a lot of details put into this bait. So one is on the top right here, there is it's kind of like a mountain shape right there, if you could see that, or on the lip, the tip of the lip. So this is supposed to help with deflecting, but it's also so your line kind of goes over that. I think there's a groove in there. I'm not really sure, but it's supposed to protect your line somehow, you know, because your knot is not banging into anything, and this is going to help with deflection. Again, that is a gigantic bait. The Corgan 800. This thing weighs a lot. I mean, I'm going to say it's probably 66 grams, so it's like 2.5 ounces. Oh, it's pretty dang heavy, you know, almost 3 ounces. So this is a big deep diving crankbait that will get down to 33 feet. You can also hear that big knocker in there. That's supposed to help with casting, I guess. But yeah, that's a big bait. I love deep cranking. It's a great time to do it. I'm going to be fishing this thing soon, along with all this other stuff. Like I say in all my videos, I will do a follow-up, but I just wanted to show you some of the new stuff from Deps and IMA, part of the Optimum Baits family. Awesome stuff. Everything that I've used from them I really like, including some of these baits that I've fished, but some new colors. But yeah, thanks for watching.